So this house was attacked this morning.
This morning, yeah, with the energy. Because a missile handheld missile. They arrested 3 young men. They don't knock the doors, they break it. السلام عليكم.
May I videotape?
اساس احنا رتبنا ولا كله كان كوم واحد.
هو بيت مين هذا؟
بيت اصل الفياض. بيتي اصل الفياض.
عصري. The name, his name. This is his house.
May I film
His
him?
name is, yeah. معلش صورة؟ Yes. Yes.
Okay, go ahead. So what happened this morning?
His name عصري الفياض. خبرنا شو صار؟
احنا كنا نايمين طبعا سحرنا ونمنا على الساعة 9 تقريبا 10 دقائق تم تفجير الباب هذا اللي شفته.
بدون دق ولا شيء.
ولا شيء. عبوات كل ملكات خاصة فيه شلاب السبيل والغالب اللي جاب دخل البيت فاتوا هون فاتوا 20 جندي تقريبا. كان برد ضرب جنود وبرد ضرب جنود وطول رفعوا علينا سلاح وطريقة هجومية كتفونا أنا حطونا على جنب وخذوا الأولاد فيهم ضرب وبرد كلهم نزل منهم دم هسه يعني نزل منهم دم وفتحة رؤوسهم. وين السلاح فظلوا يضربوا فيهم ما فيش سلاح يا أخي ظل يضرب فيهم أكثر من حوالي نص ساعة. والولاد يعني يطلع صوت على صوتهم فاللي صار انه بعدها لكوا قطعة السلام كانوا صاروا ليش هيك لكوا باص ففاتوا جوا ليش تكذبوا ليش وين السلاح طلعوا الولاد بلشوا مضربين هالقطعة من المهم بعد ساعة ونص من هاي المعاناة تصير كل البيت نزل على الأرض فودونا جوا واخذونا على شوي يعني صار لهم كنبة صوتية وكنبة دخانية.
Could you summarize just before, because just if you could pause for a moment and so I can catch up.
Yeah. So after they had the suhoor, preparing for the Ramadan at 9:10 a.m.
This morning.
This door was blown up. So no knocking, nothing. The door, and
That's what was this part of the door?
it is the door itself.
It is the door. Okay. And what happened then?
And they stormed inside, about 20, between soldiers with uniform and also undercover with civilian clothes. And they started hitting them.
Hitting whom?
Him and his kids. They opened heads of some. They injured.
They were bleeding from the heads?
Third children of him.
Three children, 3 sons?
يعني واحد 30 عمره واحد عمره 21 وواحد عمره 16.
هم موجودين هنا؟
في واحد 21 قتلوه اخذوه على التحقيق على الجنن.
So was it 3 sons?
3 sons.
And approximately
one
what
of
were
them,
the ages?
21 years old, they took him.
Yeah.
Anyways, they start searching, destroying everything. Like they arranged and cleaned now, but they ransacked everything, destroyed everything, looking for weapons. They found a piece of weapon. They don't know to whom it is. And they increased even the hitting and the beating, bleeding the children. And then they took the youngest.
Is the picture of the one who was taken away here on the wall?
تسلم الله عليكم.
هذول أولادك؟
لا هذا ابني اللي اعتقل هذا صاحبه شهيد.
This is the one who is arrested.
Today, taken away.
This is his friend killed.
And these young boys here?
Yes.
The same.
The same. They were all killed?
The same. The friends.
There were friends who all were killed.
So شو اللي لقوها السلاح؟ مسدس؟
And what is this gentleman's name? His name? Is he willing to give his name?
بدي اسمع منك تقول اسمك.
عصري فياض.
And your son's name?
اسماء اولادك؟
اسلام، محمد، مهدي ورضا.
Does he?
المكتوب عندي محمد انا مش مهدي.
ما كانش هون؟
لا ما كانش هون.
Okay, the wanted is Muhammad. Muhammad wasn't here. But they arrested the brother. So مين اللي انسجن؟
انسجن مهدي.
Mahdi is arrested. He's not wanted.
So does he know where Mahdi is?
تعرف قال وين مهدي؟
مهدي الان في التحقيق اخذوه على كيشون على الجلمي على التحقيق على الشباب.
الشباب. For interrogation.
Interrogation. Is this the first time his house has been stormed?
أول مرة بيهجموا على بيتك؟
لا في 7/3 هجموا حصروا ضربنا ست شباب يعني بالحارة. هذا الحكي في 7/3 العام. والسنة كمان اللي ابن حمود اعتقل الاسلام طلع بالسجن الاسلام الكبير اللي ضربوه كمان على راسه قضى 3 سنين وشهرين روح جديد ما صارلوش سنة يعني تقريبا سنة. أنا كمان معتقل سابق قضيت 5 سنوات في السجن.
He himself spent 5 years in prison. One of his kids spent 3 years.
Another child, not Mahdi, not Mohammed.
Yeah, not Muhammad.
And where's that other child who spent 3 years?
هو اللي قضى 3 سنين ملاحق؟
لا حمودي هذا قضى 6 شهور وروح. هذا من ناحية مع الفتيل يعني ما كتب الجنين.
Wanted.
And has he spent his entire life in Jenin refugee camp?
كل عمرك هون؟
أنا من ما خلفت لحد إحنا في ال70 هدول بيتنا مسك يعني أخذت الكبار كانوا عندهم في فتح هذا مضرنا وجينا سنة 70 هون ضلينا هون.
بال 2002
ضلينا هون بيتنا كان.
Yeah, they in the 1970 they bombed his house. 70. His brothers were active with Fatah
Yes.
at the time, so they moved here. So he's been here.
But where did they come from when the house was bombed? Where was their house? Was it another?
جنين كان بيت تبعكم؟ وين
لا
كان؟
كان هون في الحارات اللي تحتها مش بدنا 200 متر.
اوكي.
تم تفجيره من اخوتي كانوا اعضاء في خليجه فتح كانوا معهم سلاح وقوات وكذا فجروه هذيك الوقت وحبس كل واحد سنه ونص كلهم. كمان رجعوا على السجن واحد منهم رجع مؤبد والثاني الحكم غياب وهرب يعني كم غياب 28 سنه وما رجعوش اثنين من وقتهم بالاردن بعدين. ولكن اخوي الثاني اعتقل ولا اعتقل. اخوي الثاني اعتقل حوالي 13 سنه كان في المعتقل وانا قضيت تقريبا حوالي 5 سنوات مع ضمن الاداره. يعني فالولاد طبعا
طبعا.
And so
خلبط عوام. اصولا من وين انتم؟
احنا اصلا من قريه الغبيه قضاء حيفا.
حيفا.
بعد
صبركم في حيفا.
بعد
his family came from Haifa to Jenin refugee camp.
Yeah, refugees.
We're talking about 48. They came from Haifa.
Exactly.
So he said his house was bombed. He's talking about Haifa?
No, here in the 70s, not 40s.
In another part of the camp.
Yes, in another
see.
part. Yeah,
So
exactly.
was he born around the time that the occupation began? He's basically spent his entire life living under occupation.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Yeah, انولدت قبل 67 بعد.
انا انولدت في 64 ولدت في المخيم.
64.
Here in
So he's never really known a life without occupation, basically.
well,
Yeah,
my father didn't know life.
of course. It's a very common experience. Yeah.
The British
In this part of the world.
Israeli.
Yes.
Yeah.
His son was
This is
wearing this.
17 years old. He was hit with the M16 on his head, and they
it's
cut
got blood.
open his head, and this is his blood.
I'm sorry. Is the 17-year-old the one who was taken away, or is that?
وين هو اللي عم بصلحه؟
هسه عالج راسه وطلع عند عمه ينام يرتاح.
Oh, okay. He's at his uncle's house. He wanted to rest.
He was hit.
After
This was
the-
today. The beating he took. And so they have no electricity supply. Rehab.
والبرداي شوف هالبرداي فرجيه
خدها عليها دم.
Ay.
Are those blood stains
Blood
Yeah.
hitting his head.
against the wall?
against the wall.
يعني
لو ما اجتش
بس صار يطخوا خفوا الضرب على المهدي على اللي اخذوه
والله
مكسرين اصابع رجلين
السرير أصابع كانوا يضربوه
كلهم يضربوا
يضربوه في ضروري هو مش تجربة أساسا مش الحلوات هو
حتى
يضربوه هيك كسروا رجليه ما غادرش يقوم يعني يوم بدأوا ياخذوه
they broke his
ما رديش
toes.
اخرى لبسته بنطلون ما رديش خلاه يشلحه شلحوا بنطلون
أساس إنه لابس
خلوش
الأواعي
لبسني.
الداخلية.
انا لبسته قلت له خليني البسه بس بنطلون قال لا شلحوا وزقته لي.
But you were saying there's a bullet hole. How did that happen?
The resistance movement members
Yes.
came, the Katibi.
While the beating
they
was
came,
happening?
Yes, and they shot on the Israelis. The Israelis actually lifted for a while the torture.
هذول الرصاصة جاي من
They
برا
lifted and then
Those
they
bullet
left.
holes were made today as well?
Yeah. هدول من برا.
هذول من برا حاول كان هون يعني آخر جندي ضرب كم هرب لقدام
Okay, so
They held the woman as a human shield
the
at the door.
Israeli soldiers took this
held
lady
her
as a
up,
human
exactly.
shield.
Human shield.
And so did that cause the fighters to go away?
وقفوا طخ لبشرة الشباب صح؟
لا بضلهم يطخوا مش شايفيني ما بعرفش من وين الرصاص بيجي بضلهم كانوا يضربوا دخان اشي يطلع دخان هون بالشارع
الشباب
لا
الجيش.
الجيش
آه.
يضرب اشي دخان كله دخان يطلع دخان
مش تبع دموع؟
لا
لا،
مش
Oh my God.
بس
So could you explain?
صوتية وكلام الدخانية انسحبوا
النير
فيه
جابني
والله.
3 قصفوا نير
Okay, so could you explain Rehab?
أول وحدة والثانية عند ضربوا عدنان شفت هذا الباب الأول ما تطلع
The
ثلاث
واحدة من
Israelis shot
السبعين أربعة ضرب
smoke
كلام
bombs
Smoke
and
bombs.
sound bombs,
Yes,
not tear gas,
right.
against the young men who were fighting. The
Okay.
young men, they haven't seen her to stop, so the fighting was going on,
Uh-huh.
and they escaped through the smoke. The Israelis.
السلام ورحمة
The
الله.
Israelis escaped
أنا
through the
عمي
smoke.
تفضل شوف.
But she was taken temporarily as a human
Yeah,
shield.
yeah.
She said. So how did that happen exactly? Where did they take her?
At the door.
They took her to the door.
Yeah, to the door.
And then how long were they holding her as a human shield basically?
حديقة.
طول ما هم موجودين طلعني من الغرفة هاي وراح طلعت في الناس واحد وقف هون وواحد هون عشان يطخوا على اللي هناك
هم كانوا مشان بس يشوفوك بالضبط كانوا مشان يشوفوك بطلوا الطخوا
اوكي بس هم ما
فكانت له
شافوا.
أنا لا كانت له شو اسمه انا في رصاص كثير وشي الى اخره قلت لها انا فوت على غرفة الضيوف
Okay, so could you explain?
Yeah, the whole time, they're saying, the whole time they took her there at the door and they said, when they see you, they won't shoot.
So the whole time they
shooting was
were beating,
going
you're
on.
saying, while the beating was
An
happening.
hour and a half.
She was held basically as a human shield for an hour and a
but
half.
Her husband got her inside.
Uh-huh.
An hour and a half.
And she seems to have injured her finger. Was that today? Or is
See, Alex?
لا انجرحت مش منه من القزاز هسه انا اضرب
Oh, from the glass.
from the glass?
No, but hitting the toes of the young people, I'm breaking them, preventing the boy who they arrested from putting any clothes. Like she wanted to put the pants on her son. They refused.
So they took him away in his underwear, basically.
Underwear.
And what? So the part about breaking the toes, they broke his toes. You're saying? Is that what she
by
said?
hitting him with
The rifle
machine
butt?
gun, yeah, the rifle
Uh huh.
on the toes. When he stood, seems he was in pain. And
This is the one who was taken away, the 21-year-old.
None of them involved the boys. The one who's involved is not here. The one that's wanted is not here.
The one who's alleged to be involved. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
alleged.